Let's break those down for a second, because in your role in director of sport operations, this is where it all comes together.
Yep.
How do we put these workouts together for the masses, for the elite athletes, and why? So when we talk about functional movement, what are we talking about?
So we're talking about movement that helps you live a longer life in which you're able to do the things you want to do. And it simply is from, hey, I didn't know I was going to run a 5K today, but you know what? A little bit of stretching and my fitness base is solid enough that I could go out and do that. And so what I'm doing in the gym is getting me there. It's making sure that I can get my groceries in from the car, later in life. It's making sure that I can reach that, that plant that I need off the very top of my kitchen cabinet, deadlifting. And so it is training those core movement patterns that you replicate out in real life, right? Playing with your children, playing with your grandchildren, and doing it safely. And so we're using fitness in a way that enables you to just, live your best life. And it's kind of an overused term right now, but it's absolutely what CrossFit does.
I don't think it's an overused term, because the Army, and we're sitting here in front of the Army truck, right, went back to be all you can be.
Yeah, for sure.
And they didn't do that because somebody woke up one day and said, let's just go back to be all you can be, because that's where we are as society. We need to build people who, in their own way, are tough and are strong and are willing to take on today's challenges, because there are so numerous. But that starts with not necessarily thinking about having to be the best ever, but can I be the best version of myself?
Yeah, for sure.
And what's the journey by which I can put myself on, the path that I can go on in order to do that? And that's going to be different for every single one of us. And you're creating a program that allows people to do that.
Yeah, and it's not just about kind of that physical expression of it, but it's the health markers. It's everything that comes together from the work you put in the gym. And you just talked about it. It's the grit. It's the being okay with some challenge, right? And some of the other word that you mentioned earlier in the definition is that idea of intensity. And so that's really one of the things that separates CrossFit from so many other fitness methodologies, is that we will have recovery days. We will come in and have days where, maybe you're not going to work quite as hard, but for the most part, the majority of your days in the gym are going to be a little bit uncomfortable. And that's something that's celebrated in CrossFit, because that's where the magic happens, right? That's where you see transformation and change, not only physically, but also mentally. And it's just something so special. When you add that community aspect to it, both in the gym or what we just saw with 1,000 people running a 5K, there's nothing like it.
So you hit the first and the last part. What about constantly varied? Why is that so important to the programming?
Yeah, and so I think people confuse the concept of constantly varied with totally random chaos. And that's not what it is, right?
Right.
And so there's definitely this methodology behind it. And those at the company that really hone in on programming for us all day long, they're creating workouts of the day on our main site in a very structured and methodical way. The 5K, again, it's that is the most programmed workout on CrossFit main site. And CrossFit main site still has a free workout every single day. And so
I use it.
Yeah, as much as, we want people to be in affiliates. Affiliates in that coaching is incredible. But for those that don't choose that path, there is still a free opportunity every single day to, dive in, and including not only, it has multiple versions of the workout. And so you can come along as a CrossFitter and see the benefits of it, not necessarily having to be in an affiliate, but just even through that, workout of the day. And so constantly varied overall means short workouts, long workouts, gymnastics movements, monostructural movements, the run, the jump rope, and then pull-ups, the gymnastics. And then we have things that are strength components. So we have our traditional deadlift, bench press. We also have Olympic lifts like snatch and clean and jerk. And then taking all those components and making sure that you're touching the different aspects of the fitness paradigm from start to finish, throughout a long view of the program is what we mean by constantly varied.